Thank you, James. Now it's the turn for Xavier Úbeda. Xavier Úbeda comes from the University of Barcelona and the Mediterranean Environmental Research Group. And Xavier Úbeda will present fire forest management and soil effects.
Thank you, Jordi. Well, good morning. The objective of my presentation is to present our group and what we do. So in order that you know us, and if you have questions about what we are investigating. So I'm Xavier Úbeda, and in all the things that I'm going to present, we are working with Meritxell Alcañit, Roser Rodríguez, and Marcos Francos. Okay. One of the topics that we are working since 2000 is the effects of the prescribed fires on the soil properties. When I say effects, I don't mean that it's negative effects. Now I prefer to say changes, because effects, someone can think that it's a negative thing. And we have very different plots, and what we know is that there are short changes and long-term changes, and this is related with the land use that you do the prescribed fire, and also the history of this land use. If it was an agricultural landscape, or it was a grass, or was a forest. So this is what we know for now. And for the objectives of the graph team, look for the prescribed fires, what we know also is that under the tree cover, I understand that it's more difficult for them to do the prescribed fire, but I think that the objectives of the prescribed fire are more successful where you don't have a tree cover, because the sun arrives better to the soil. So we think it's important to put this land use in terms of what kind of prescribed fire you are going to do. What we know after 18 years is that in any of these plots, we don't have negative effects on the soil because the prescribed fires. Another topic that we are studying is the sequence, fire and animals. We are working with cows and goats. This village is Capafons in Prades Mountain, that now I'm very, very interested in these plots. And that plot is in what we call Úbeda fire in 2015. And we are working with cows and goats. It's interesting to know when these animals can be in a place that suffered a fire, a wildfire, or we did a prescribed fire. It's interesting to know this sequence. And what need these animals to live? I think that the shepherds have to say a lot of things in terms of this kind of manage. Another topic is the effects of the pre- and post-fire managements. Here we're working in this fire of 2015, what we call it Úbeda fire, but it's the brook, it's a brook. And this is the kind of fuel that we have before the management of these practices. But we have also the manage after the fire. So what we need is to compare these effects of the kind of management that we have in terms of soil effects. We don't have so long-term, like in the prescribed fires in these areas, but we have short-term results. And another topic is that social perception and environmental education for childs. So since 2000 that, hello Mark, I'm talking about you. Since Graf started to do prescribed fires, the social perception has changed very much. Not only in the public opinion, but the owners. And we here in Catalonia, we have a lot of owners. So this perception has changed very much, also in terms of what prescribed fires, the effects of this management can have. So it's very interesting to do this kind of interviews to people who work and live in the territory. The challenges. Our challenge is to know the effects of the different actions in forestry areas, assess them, and be able to transmit our conclusions to managers, administrators, practitioners, it's a new word that I have learned today, and the professional teams in charge of any kind of management. This is our challenge. And that the suggestions derived from our research are finally carried out by these competent professionals. Now, for example, in Capafonts, Jordi Castellví is here? No? Well, because I have talked with him by email, but what we know and what we want now is to do another prescribed fire in Capafonts. So if we can advise that in Capafonts, where there is abandoned terraces and there is a shepherd that he has the goats, we think that will be nice that it can burn every 4 years, these areas, to have to be good for the animals also. Opportunities. Obviously, all the research that we develop, I'm finishing. We develop would not be possible without a collaboration with these organisms, and we need them to detect the needs. I'm very happy when they say to me, we want to know more about this topic. The collaboration is necessary to support research proposals in order to obtain incomes, also in concurrence to projects. If we don't have for example, the Diputació de Barcelona, we don't have the Graf team, few things we can do. And also this kind of meetings, or what we do with the Pau Costa Foundation, Eco Fires 2 years ago. So it's essential for us. In this picture, we have the Graf team with Asier, Diputació de Barcelona with Leire Miñambres, and well, doing prescribed fires. For us, it's very important. We cannot do nothing without this collaboration. So thank you for your attention.